So 4 out of these 6 scullers awarded a false start there. And a good clean start this time. Nobody willing to risk disqualification, with so many having been awarded that first false start. And the first to show on the near side, Michael Baenninger, the Swiss, who didn't in fact race at Lucerne. Ooh, and slightly down on bow side there for James Martinez, the American sculler, but he recovers. And not much more than half a length in it between these 6 scullers as they settle down into their race pace. Lubos Podstupka, the Slovakian sculler in lane 2, just a little down on the rest of the field. He, if anything, is probably the least experienced of these men. And Niall O'Toole going off in characteristic fashion. Likes to lead from the front, this Irishman. And all 6 scullers know each other. They've raced each other so many times this season, and many of them met in last year's championship. This will be very much a race of tactics as much as strength and technique. But apart from Baenninger and Podstupka, the other 4 scullers represent the 4 leading scullers in the grand final from Lucerne, when Haining just beat O'Toole by the narrowest of margins, just under 0.2 of a second. And O'Toole determined to get in front, as he's done so often in the earlier regattas this season. At Paris and at Duisburg he beat Haining, but Haining peaked at just the right time for that win at Lucerne. And he won't mind being just a little bit back on O'Toole at this early stage in the race. So Haining begins to squeeze out ahead of the rest of the field, just to maintain contact with O'Toole on the far side. O'Toole beaten Haining 3 times already this year. He'd like to make it 4. James Martinez, the American, coming up on the near side. Only a few feet behind Haining. His first year as the nominated American lightweight sculler. He replaces Brian Sweenor, who was 6th last year at Gradnice. Martinez himself comes out of the lightweight quad scull that took 8th place last year. Niall O'Toole looks across at the rest of the field, tries to gauge what may or may not happen, and right in his focus will be Peter Haining, just sitting 3/4 of a length back. And these 2 scullers beginning to draw ahead of the rest of the field. And a push from Haining now. He's come back within half a length of O'Toole. Sustained push from Haining now. Trying to draw level, but O'Toole has responded. The gap between them remains unchanged at just under a canvas. Martinez coming up hard in 3rd position. In 4th place at the moment, it's Karsten Nielsen from Denmark. Nielsen, who took one of the longest paths to get to this final. He had to go via the repechage. It was Haining and O'Toole who won their eliminators earlier in the week to take the direct route. Confirmation then of the halfway mark, where O'Toole led Haining with Nielsen in 3rd position. And the gap beginning between these 2 leading scullers beginning to close. This is dangerous stuff from Haining. This is a carbon copy of the situation at Lucerne when Haining won that race by just 0.19 of a second. And another push comes from Haining. This is Podstupka, the Slovakian sculler, who's some way back on the rest of the field. Through the next timing point then, and I think it's Haining who's taken on the lead by just a few inches. Very nice rhythm from Haining now. And he's leading by half a length. Haining determined to make it 2 in a row. Perhaps another gold medal here to add to the gold he took last year at Radnice. He's half a length clear. And O'Toole left with all the work to do to come back. Nielsen still in third position, ahead of Michael Baenninger on the near side. And Haining lengthens out that lead with every successive stroke, and O'Toole cannot come back. Well, single sculling is all about psychology, and Haining has rode his own race. He let O'Toole get out there in front and think he had sufficient advantage, and then he began to squeeze on the pressure, and O'Toole has been broken because Haining is taking it away. He's 2 lengths clear, and he's raising the rate with every successive stroke, drawing 2 lengths clear of O'Toole. Karsten Nielsen comes back now into the bronze medal slot. Down to the line, Haining of Great Britain takes gold. O'Toole of Ireland in silver medal position. Nielsen of Denmark third. That's when the wins went to O'Toole, but on the day, Haining managed to peak as he'd done at Lucerne. Confirmation there of the winning times. Great Britain in gold medal position, ahead of Ireland and Denmark, ahead of Baenninger, the USA and Slovakia.